the tire size on the Kukirin G2 Master is 10 inches by 2.75 inches. So 10 by 2.75 with a 6.5 inch rim. And thankfully these new models, for example the 2025 G2 Master, is tubeless, so you can run them at a much lower pressure. And with the old tubed wheels, you used to have to run a pressure above 40 psi. You had to run like 45-50 psi, so 3.5 bars. Otherwise the valves would break off, the insides would rub out, or when going up the sidewall you could hit the tire so hard that the rims would puncture the tube inside it. We inflated the tires to 1.5 bars, then 2, then 2.5, and the differences were very small, much less than with a car or a bicycle. Now we inflated them to an extreme 3.5 bars to test how they react. So with the tires inflated to 3.5 bars, it accelerates very quickly and it handles fine, but it has a very sporty feel. It feels like the suspension has been stiffened a lot. So if you want to go really fast, then you can maybe inflate them, or if you really have to spare battery, but otherwise it's just too much pressure, the tires are too hard. In our opinion, with my 70 kilograms, 2.2 bars is the best, and for my dad I think 2.3, 2.4. Here is the scooter. The tires are at 1 bar of pressure right now, and it seems to be a bit more stable and is more comfortable. It also feels like it has more traction. The tires are really hard even at 1 bar instead of the 2.5 that they recommend. They still don't compress that much. And now, on start, even without leaning forward, it does not lose traction at the front tire, which is really good. Now the tires are at 1.5 bars of pressure. Traction seems about the same as 1 bar, but it has less rolling resistance now, so if you let go of the gas it slows down slower and rolls for a lot longer, and it's also a tiny bit better on the acceleration. We would leave the pressure like this, but it seems a bit too low. We will probably inflate it to 1.8 or 1.9 bars. Now we will inflate them back to 2 bars.
In my opinion, 1.5, 1.8 is the best. Handling, suspension comfort, and very grippy. I like the tire be grippy, but maybe it's too small pressure and maybe it's affect the longevity of the tire. I don't know, but in my opinion I like under 2 bars. It's a best choice, a best very good balance.
I also think it was better at lower pressures, but if you want to get a really stable scooter and you want to have really soft tires, then you should definitely just put street tires on it. I've ridden scooters with them before. It is a lot of a difference. The best tire pressure on these wet or sandy places, so off-road, is between 1 and 1.5 bars. Above 2 bars, the tire is really hard for off-road terrain, so it slips out a lot when accelerating. And it's also very shaky. It's kind of like driving a sports car on bad roads. And thankfully, these tires are tubeless, not like the old models, so you can run them at a much lower pressure.